Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are digging into a massive question in the beauty world. Is online body contouring certification actually legit? We are going to give you a super clear professional's guide to making the right call for your career.
First things first, if you're even asking this question, you're already on the right track. Seriously, it means you're thinking like a real business owner, and that's exactly who this explainer is for, to help you sort through the noise and find the real opportunities.
And this quote, wow, it just nails it, doesn't it? It gets right to the heart of the matter. The path you pick right now really does determine the kind of business you're going to build. One is built to last, the other, well, it's kind of built on sand. The hard part is telling them apart online.
And that is the big problem, right? It's like a maze out there. Online, a quick weekend course that just spits out a certificate can look just as slick and professional as a truly comprehensive training program. They both have a logo, they both use that magic word, certified. But as you're about to find out, that word can mean wildly different things.
Okay, so let's just rip the Band-Aid off right away and clear up the biggest confusion of all. In the body contouring industry, certification is not the same thing as a formal government license. It's not. It's a term that training companies use, and what it means can be all over the map. And that is where so much of the confusion comes from.
So certified can mean a bunch of different things. This chart breaks it down perfectly. It could just mean you got a certificate of completion, like congrats, you showed up. Or it could be competency-based, meaning you actually had to pass tests on safety and protocols. Sometimes it just means you're certified in a specific brand's way of doing things, or on one single machine. So the big question you have to ask is always, certified by who, trained in what, and assessed how?
And that leads us to our first huge decision rule. The goal isn't the piece of paper to hang on the wall. The real goal is competence. The certificate? That's just the receipt. It's the proof that you invested in the actual knowledge that's going to keep you and your clients safe.
So, if the certificate isn't the main event, then what does legit really mean for your business, in the real world? What do clients and insurance companies and maybe even future partners actually care about? Let's get into it.
See, legitimacy isn't one thing. It's not a badge. It's a whole stack of things that signal credibility. It's having a real structured education. It's knowing your contraindications. That's the stuff that tells you when a treatment is unsafe for someone. It's having solid protocols, documentation, and ethical marketing. This is the stuff that builds a business people trust.
Now this slide right here, this busts one of the biggest myths in the industry, that online training is somehow less than in-person. But the real question isn't online versus in-person, it's structured versus unstructured. A well-structured online course where you can rewatch lessons until you get it is often way better than a chaotic, rush weekend course.
And that brings us to our second big decision rule. And honestly, this one is a game changer. Don't automatically write off online training. A really well-thought-out, comprehensive online program can give you a much stronger, much more legitimate foundation than some jam-packed weekend workshop that just leaves your head spinning.
So let's think like a business owner for a second. Proper training isn't just a box you check. It's probably the most important investment you can make in reducing your risk. It is literally what protects your future business from all the things that can go wrong. So what's the number one risk? It's not the machine. It's unsafe client selection. Most problems in this field happen before you even turn the machine on. It comes from treating someone who has a contraindication. Good training gives you the confidence and the knowledge to know when to say no. And then there's the money side of things, right? Refund requests and chargebacks, they almost always come from a client whose expectations were way out of line with reality. A legit course teaches you how to manage those expectations and, just as important, how to document everything with consent forms.
And finally, of course, your reputation. In a local business like this, your reputation is everything. Word of mouth is king. And one really unhappy client can do some serious damage. Solid training gives you the professional systems to make sure that doesn't happen.
All right, so we've talked about the why. Now let's get into the how. Here's your personal toolkit. A couple of simple, fast checklists you can use to size up any course you're thinking about taking. So these are the green flags, the good stuff. You want to see a clear curriculum where they tell you exactly what you'll learn. You need to see a deep dive into safety and contraindications. Training on consent forms and ethical marketing. Huge green flags. And if a course makes you actually earn your completion with assessments, that's a really good sign.
And on the flip side, here are the big red flags, the stuff that should make you pause. If the marketing is all about a get-rich-quick lifestyle instead of client safety, be careful.
If they're super vague about the curriculum or don't mention safety at all, run. Honestly, if you see 2 or more of these on the list, it should probably be a hard pass.
Okay, so what do you do with all this information? Here's your game plan, from start to finish. Step 1. Use that green flag checklist to pick a structured course. 2. Take your time with the training, rewatch things. 3. Practice on models, but use the full professional process. Then map out your entire client journey, and then you can start taking paid clients.
I absolutely love this quote because it just sums it all up, you know? Anyone can go out and buy a machine. That's the easy part. But you can't buy competence. That's something you have to build, and you build it through structured, quality training.
So, if everything we've talked about today, that focus on structure, on safety, on real business systems, if that resonates with you, then a great place to check out is bodycontouring.com. They've literally built their whole training around these professional standards.
So let's end with this. The certificate isn't the prize. It never was. The real prize is competence. It's safety. It's building a practice that makes people feel amazing and well cared for. So the real question is, are you ready to build a business that you can be truly, deeply proud of?